for a moment that you're a hiker and you're lost on this mountain. The terrain is harsh, it's snowing, night is falling. There's a high risk for an avalanche, and you've hurt your leg. There is no way that you can make it down this mountain on your own. You need help, and you need it fast. The good news is there are dozens of people that want to help you. There's a mountaineer expert who's organizing a search party. There's a community leader who's leveraging social media to get the word out. There's even a scientist that has technology that can hold off an avalanche. The properly coordinated expertise, efforts, and good intentions of these people will get you down this mountain safely. But what if you found out that none of these people knew about each other? In fact, there was no way for them to discover each other and work together to coordinate a rescue. You'd want them to get connected, desperately, right? Imagine how much faster they could rescue you, and even what they could learn to keep another hiker from getting lost in the future if they worked together. Imagine how much more efficient and comprehensive the response if everyone who was working for good worked together. And this is not a hypothetical situation. We are on the precipice of a technology-fueled shift that will revolutionize the way we do good in this world. We know that an individual can have a significant ripple. But what would happen if we connected every organization and every person who was pursuing good in this world, everyone who wanted good to take over, we connected them together and they worked together? What would that ripple look like? It would be world-changing. What I'm talking about is what I've come to call an ecosystem of good, where organizations, people, and communities come together to work in a collaborative system to achieve social impact. So who and what make up this ecosystem? Well, first we start with the nonprofits. They are crucial to the ecosystem because they are on the front lines doing good every single day. But they're not the only ones doing good. You have corporations, foundations, education institutions, and places of worship. And what if we connected all of these organizations together along with the individual change agents who are out in the world doing good? That's where we would see real impact. And I would take it one step further and say we wouldn't just see real impact, we would see rapid momentum of that impact. Why? Because of the network effect. So the network effect is a phenomenon that says the value of a system increases with the number of users in that system. So Facebook is a great example of this. You wouldn't be in Facebook if you were the only user, right? No. You're in Facebook, and it has value to you because almost everyone you know, people and companies, are there. And it's the same with an ecosystem of good. The more organizations and people that are involved in the ecosystem, the more that others want to join. And the bigger the ecosystem gets, the better able it is to determine responses to issues that may arise. So I'm going to give you a real example of the network effect. Many of you probably poured water over your heads as part of the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. But did you know that the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge raised $220 million and yielded a breakthrough that could potentially lead to a cure? And this phenomenon started with one person. And that one person, through the network effect, became 17 million people. And those 17 million people poured water on their head and uploaded those videos to Facebook, and those videos were viewed 10 billion times. So think about that for a second. One nonprofit, 10 billion views. I mean, that is amazing. It's an incredible example of the network effect in action. And again, here I'm talking about one nonprofit, one cause. But what if we had connected every organization and every person that was passionate about that issue or any issue together? That's where we would ignite a mega network effect. And we can achieve this mega network effect by connecting these organizations together using cloud technology. So what is cloud technology? Simply put, cloud technology means that your data or data that you're gathering is stored on other people's computers, like Amazon and Microsoft. And cloud technology enables software that's available anytime, in any geography, and on any device. It's mobile, it's global, it's always on, and it's all about connections. And there are many systems out there that connect us, individuals to individuals and individuals to causes. Twitter, Snapchat, and we talked about Facebook. And nonprofits have systems that they use to manage their mission, track volunteers, and connect with their donors. But remember, we've got the bigger ecosystem that we want to connect. And if we leverage cloud technology to do it, we could do some really cool things. Like we could connect nonprofits to company logistics and inventory. We could connect nonprofits to local churches that are focused on specific issues. We could connect them to corporations that have expertise and skill sets in specific areas and that are open to doing pro bono work. The power of cloud computing is that it lets us collect all of this data, analyze it, and apply smart algorithms to determine the best coordinated response to any issue or problem we have. And the cool thing is that as we get all this data in there and we're analyzing it and applying the algorithms and measuring impact, the system will get smarter and smarter over time. By pulling together big data, analytics, and intelligent algorithms, and coupling them with an ecosystem of real people and organizations doing good in this world, and amplifying those efforts by the network effect, we have the opportunity to address major issues, problems, and disasters on our planet in ways that we haven't even thought of yet. So let me give you a practical, real example of this. In December 2004, a 9.3 magnitude earthquake struck Indonesia, killing 225,000 people, and it left massive turmoil in its wake. Hunger, disease, destruction. If this ecosystem was in place, it could have quickly analyzed the data and determined the best coordinated response. Imagine if within moments, this ecosystem could identify what medical supplies were needed on the ground, identified inventory with a pharmaceutical company, and then found capacity to transport those supplies via a shipping company. Imagine if instantly the ecosystem could activate volunteers and book those volunteers on empty seats on an airline to get them on site faster than we ever could today. Imagine if within seconds of the disaster striking, the ecosystem could identify those organizations best positioned to respond to certain parts of the recovery effort so that you could donate to a general fund on your mobile device, and those funds, those dollars, would be funneled to the point of highest impact. That is an ecosystem of good. And this ecosystem isn't just about responding to these big global issues. We could leverage this ecosystem to address local issues that we're passionate about. Like, how do we feed our homeless? How do we find foster homes for children in need? How do we support injured veterans? This ecosystem could change how we give, how we act, and how organizations work together so that we could exponentially increase impact. Technology creates a network effect that fuels an ecosystem of good that builds a better world. But technology alone cannot achieve this. Like the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, change starts with you, the individual. Technology can amplify our efforts, but ultimately it is about connections, community, and the network effect that each of us has. So I ask you, what are you passionate about? What do you want to impact? And because you have the power of the network effect, who are you going to bring along with you? The spark starts with you. Technology can fuel an ecosystem of good, but it is you, the individual, that power it. Thank you.